want to look at signs, spiritual signs to show that your breakthrough is near. It's around the corner. It's imminent. It's in the offing. Spiritual signs to show that you are in the season of breakthrough. You need to know these signs. You need to know how to observe what's happening in the natural and interpret it correctly by the cause in the spirit. You need to look at some things and know this is a spiritual thing. This is not just happening. You need to look at some things and say this is not just happening. There's a spiritual cause to this one. You need, as a discerning believer, to be able to see some physical action and know this is because my breakthrough is here. God is answering my prayer. Am I talking? God is answering my prayer. One, so that you don't give up. There are people at the edge of breakthrough, they let their faith loose and they give up the breakthrough that they were just about to collect. Just when it's remaining 5 minutes for you to get the breakthrough you've been waiting for 5 years, you let go of faith because you didn't discern the times. You didn't see the sign. You didn't know how to interpret what you are seeing in the natural to know that God has heard you. And this is a signal that your prayer is now being answered. You need to know so that one, you don't give up prematurely. Number two, so that you don't sabotage your own breakthrough. So that you don't, it's possible by your own actions to sabotage what God is doing in your life. Because you don't know what God is doing with your life, so you just act like a foolish cow. And then you sabotage. Because God has given you the power of choice, even if that choice is an ignorant choice, you sabotage that which God intended to do in your life. So discernment of times and seasons is very important. What God is doing now is not necessarily what God did last year. If you dwell in what God did last year, you'll find the cloud has moved. You always have to live what the Bible calls this present truth. You have to live in? Say this present truth. This present truth. This present truth. You have always to be alive to this present truth. For example, you can be anointed, very anointed. But if you don't move with the time, you'll be left behind with all your anointing. So there are a lot of men of God who are anointed, but not everybody is being used now. Is that okay? With all the anointing, they're not being used now. Why? Because they didn't move with the cloud. So they remain behind in that. They're not backslidden or what, but it's just that they're not within what God is doing now, within the framework of what God is doing currently. So even though they are anointed, even though they are men of God, but God uses some more than others, especially those who have moved with the wind. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 12. For this reason, I will not be negligent to remind you always these things, though you know and are established in the present truth. So there's truth. Then there's the present